Hey guys, welcome back to Empower Hour, helping you to become your most authentic, happy, and powerful self. Today I want to talk to you about how to manifest when you are broke. Now, we've all experienced being broke before. And what you realize when you're broke is that it's really difficult to focus on anything but the fact that you're broke, right? The mind keeps bringing it back to your attention over and over again. I'm broke, I can't afford anything, I can't pay for my bills, stress, anxiety, worry. And this obviously creates a huge problem because the law of attraction says that what we focus on, we create, right? And that's because perception is creation. What you are perceiving, you are actually generating. You are actually giving the object that you are perceiving its life source. Objects have no independent existence outside of perception or observation. And this is just quantum physics 101. This is merely what scientists have discovered by observing quantum particles. When quantum particles are not being observed, they're in a superposition, meaning they are occupying all spaces all at once, or you could say no spaces. You could say they don't exist until they are observed. And so this is what happens with our actual life as well, is that when we start to focus on something, we start to create a vibrational momentum in that direction. So when you're poor, when you're broke, and you just keep focusing on how poor you are, how much you don't have, you are vibrationally matching being broke, being poor. So during the times in my life when I've been broke, I started to notice what a huge difficulty it was to not focus on the fact that I was broke. Anywhere I went, anything I was doing, at home, at work, family, with friends, it didn't matter. I was always in the back of my mind thinking about and focusing on the fact that I was poor. It was a constant stress, a constant anxiety. And I recognized what a huge problem this was, because I know that by focusing on it, I'm generating more of it. So I started to ask myself, how can I switch my perception to abundance? So I developed this method that I call the $10 method. The $10 method is just a metaphor. It doesn't matter how much money you actually have. It might be $10, might be $100, but let's say it's worst case scenario, you got 10 bucks to your name. Well, what I would do is I would go to the store and just walk around and look at everything on the shelf that's under $10 and just focus on the fact that I can afford that if I wanted to. If I wanted that candy bar, I can have it. That candy bar belongs to me. I possess that candy bar. I'm gonna leave it on the shelf because I don't want it right now, but I know that if I ever did want it, I can go get it because it belongs to me. You see how this works? So now you're building vibrational momentum in the other direction, in the direction of abundance. The mind will try to quickly jump in and say, "Oh, that's only 10 bucks though, man. What if you can't afford this stuff over on that shelf?" And you just say, "Not concerned with that right now, just gonna be concerned with what I can afford." That's much more interesting to me. And that is where the exercise ends. That is literally all you do. And you just continue to do it. If you have to stay in the store for an hour to start generating and feeling the vibrational momentum shift from lack to abundance, then do it, because it is that important. You cannot afford to allow your consciousness to be perceiving lack for long periods of time, because that's how the law of attraction works. Whatever you're focusing on consistently is what the universe is going to start to bring you. So you want to shift that focus to abundance. And this actually becomes a mindset. It becomes a natural habit that you have, where if you do this enough, you'll be walking through Walmart or Target and just seeing things. And in the back of your mind, anything that has a price tag you know you can afford, you feel this sense of, that belongs to me. I possess that. The mind's gonna keep trying to drag you back. It's gonna keep trying to take your attention off of the abundance you're focusing on. Because again, this is just a conditioning pattern that you've energized. You've given this conditioning pattern of focusing on lack and poverty enough energy to where it's springing up all the time, over and over again in your consciousness. So in order to de-energize it, you have to start focusing on what you can afford, what you do have, what you do possess. So it's really just a shifting of your point of view from lack to abundance. And this can be difficult when you're flat broke, right? If you only have $10, well, there's not much I can afford with $10. But you can go to 7-Eleven and basically everything in the store is less than $10. And you can walk around the store and cultivate the feeling that I own this whole store. Everything in this store belongs to me if I want it. And that is a powerful mindset. That is a high vibrational state of being. And that's where you want to hang out. That's what you want to cultivate and start generating momentum towards. Let's say you're in debt, you have negative money in your account. You have zero money at all to your name. Well, you can literally look around your house and just start seeing the items you've paid for in the past and say, I have an expensive television, I have a nice pair of shoes, I have a refrigerator, I have all these things I could sell for money if I wanted. All these things I possess here right now. All of these things belong to me. And so you see where I'm going with this. The $10 method is just about focusing on abundance continually, consistently, over and over again until you build that vibrational momentum in that direction. There's a verse in Matthew 25:29 about this very same idea where Jesus says, to the one who has, more shall be given. But to the one who lacks, even what he does have will be taken from him. And many years ago, I realized what Jesus was pointing to with this passage. What he's saying is to the one who has a mentality of abundance, to the one who sees abundance, more abundance will be given. But to the one who lacks, who focuses on what they lack, even the $10 they do have will be taken from them. And that is one of the most important concepts to understand in law of attraction. The universe does not care what you actually have. It doesn't even notice or pay attention to what you have. Because from its point of view, what you have is only a reflection of what you already are. What you possess is just a reflection of what you were focusing on in the past. What the universe cares about is your current state of perception, is your current state of consciousness. And if that's in the direction of lack and poverty, it's going to start giving you more of that. So you want to shift out of this point of view as quickly as possible. And so the $10 method is extremely powerful in helping you do this. I've used it many times throughout my life, and every time I've consistently put it into practice, it has reaped huge dividends in my life. So I hope that you'll take this method and really apply it to your life consistently, because I can tell you from experience that when you can truly shift your perception from lack to abundance, the universe will follow suit. But it's all up to you to choose what you focus on. So choose to focus on anything you have, whatever that is, even if it's just $10.